new drone and I crashed it and it's stuck in a tree. Do you have like a ladder or something?
Oh, what? A fucking ladder? I just walked through the door. You need a ladder? How'd your fucking...
I crashed my drone into the tree. Well, it's stuck in a tree. But it's pretty high up.
You were sporting the drone around out there?
Well, it's hard to fly if you don't look at the screen, but if you look at the screen, you don't see, the world that isn't being shown.
I would imagine they're hard to fly anyway.
But I was trying to fly it, and I was trying to back up, and I flew it right into the tree. It's over here.
Huh?
Over here. You see all my footprints?
That's not even a tree. I thought look, this is kind of a tree.
No, it's
That's not even a fucking tree. How'd you get stuck in that? Jesus. What in the hell? How could you? This is too funny. I'm sorry. It's too funny. Oh, God. Damn, wait, Mr. I don't even know what your briar bush. Shit. Oh, God. Don't fly on the neighbor's property, please. Ugh.
wow.
Sick balls, chopper. There you are, my lady. The drone has been rescued.
Hey, it's not even messed up. Thanks.
Okay, here we go. Welcome. You're in the shop with me. It's just me. Bad news. No Jackie here today to make sure the lighting is perfect or to make sure that I'm in the shot or make sure that the camera's pointed at what we're doing. But together, we're going to install a cam sync kit on a small block Chevrolet. Should be fairly easy for someone, like myself. Seasoned veteran, if you will. Let's no, I'm not gonna say let's go. That's what everybody else says. No. Man, it's a good line though. Let's go is a good line. I'm not gonna lie. What could we say? Everybody says let's go. There's people who say let's do this, How about do work? Yeah, there you go. So we're gonna install a cam sync kit on a small block Chevrolet. Let's do work. No, no. Oh my God, no. Okay, yeah. You know what's gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to make this part as quick and painless as possible because, there's so much that we could cover on why you would want to do this and what this is about, and it would take so long. And I'm sure there's hundreds, if not thousands, of videos on the internet or on YouTube or whatever that are better at teaching you the basics of getting to this point. But if you're at the point in your life where you want to sequentially control your ignition or fuel on a engine or race car or whatever, boat, I don't care what it is. If you want to control the timing and fuel to each cylinder individually, you're going to need something that can tell your ignition controller or EFI, whatever it is. From now on, we're just going to call it ignition controller. You'll need something to tell that when the number one cylinder is coming and what your firing order is. That way it knows number one's coming, and then the firing order says that 8 is next. And if you're an idiot, you look at your hands, you say, oh, okay, and you type it into your ignition controller, 1843657 whatever, and then it knows number one happens here, then it's number 8, and so if you want to take 4 extra degrees of timing out of number 8, you have to know when number 1 is. Pretty simple. If you have a 50-year-old engine that doesn't have provisions for a cam sync from the factory, then you got to get creative. Up until this point, I've always used a distributor in the back of the motor, or if it's a Ford, sorry, front of the motor, but I've always used a distributor, and basically you just knock one tooth off the pickup coil because you don't use it anymore. Use that as your cam sync, tell it when it's coming, boom, send a signal, you're done. No big deal. In this case though, this 50-year-old small block Chevrolet doesn't have a hole for a distributor. Go figure. I don't know why. This one does. That one doesn't. Don't know. But in order to make this happen, I'm going to have to tell this ignition controller when number 1 is coming. I ordered a kit from Fuel Tech. It's supposed to be pretty painless. What you get in that kit is you get a Hall effect type sensor, 3 wires. This is a sensor that detects a magnet, a flying magnet, if you will. And it comes with this little magnet. You figure out a way to put this on your camshaft, and it has a magnet inside of it. And then this little guy detects the magnet as it goes by. Very simple. Actually, it's this way. Yeah. Yes, definitely this way. So, you just got to figure out how to get this. Fuck. So you figure out how to get this attached to your camshaft somehow physically. And then this stuck out there somewhere to read this. Proper tolerance, all that stuff. There's a million other technical things going on here. But the point is, as your camshaft comes around to number 1, it says, bing, it sends that signal. Bing, and it says, hey, number 1's coming. And then it knows the next cylinder fires number 1. This is how much timing he says he wants in it. We'll give him this. Then the number after that is 8. It's what he says, what's written on his hand here. So boom, give him 8 and take more degrees out of 8 or whatever it is you put in the tune-up in the calibration. Gone through the liberty of drawing this up. I feel like it's going to be a lot easier than trying to explain it as I'm bolting the crap on the motor. So this is your camshaft. Crankshaft. Those little squiggly lines, that's your belt. Timing belt. Or chain. Or if you have a gear drive, it'd be another gear in here. You get it, okay? Keep up. Fuel Tech has come up with this snazzy little thing here. You unbolt one of the bolts that hold your cam gear on. Right there. Unbolt that. Slide this on. Bolt it back down. And boom. You got yourself a flying magnet. Then, you just got to figure out how to get this stuck out here somewhere. How do you do that? Well, they give you this bracket. Pretty snazzy, right? So you take this bracket here, and you're going to bolt it above the cam gear to the motor. Like that. See, that way. Now, yeah, now you're getting it, huh? You getting it? Okay. Yeah, you're getting it right. Okay, so now that you know kind of what we're trying to do here, what the goal is, I guess. Now maybe you won't have such a dumb look on your face when we start working on the motor, because I know how it goes. As soon as you show the front of an engine. As soon as you show the front of that thing, everybody goes, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm looking at. So now you should be well versed in this area. When we go to look at this front of this engine, you'll be like, oh yeah, now I see what's going on here. You got a camshaft gear, your crankshaft's down there. That little deal, you take one of the bolts off, slide it on, put the bracket on there, you're good to go. You'll be an expert. Okay, step 1. Install the magnet. Surely we can do a better job of showing this thing, huh? Oh, yeah, buddy. See there? Piece of aluminum. A magnet pressed in it. And it has like some epoxy over the front to keep the magnet in there. Okay. So we need to install this magnet onto, we're going to go for this one. That little guy. Whoa. Might want to recheck the torque on those deals, huh? Okay. Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. We are fucking flying through this deal, buddy. Okay. Magnet installed. Check. Next step, install the bracket. This bracket installs here. Now you're starting to get it. Sensor goes in here, reads the magnet. Yeah. How sweet is that? Well, hello. What the deuce? Come on. What this one? Oh my God. Okay, hang on. Ah, I see. Not sure if you can see this. Hang on. We're gonna have to do this the hand way, the shaky hands. So our bracket doesn't work. The bolt holes are covered up by the motor plate. We can cut the motor plate out here and here and put the bracket in. I don't feel like that's very smart, or I don't feel like that's the best move here. I'd like to keep that motor plate intact, and I really don't want to take the motor out or take the motor plate back off. If I don't have to, I will, but if I don't have to. So we got to figure out a way to get the magnet out here somewhere. So I could build another bracket, tap it to the motor plate, whatever. I could weld that bracket to the motor plate. I could build something up from here and over, bolt that in there like that. That's probably what I'll do. It's probably the better idea. Is just take a chunk of aluminum, half moon, or maybe even something fancy with a radius on it. Drill a hole in it. Place that bad boy like that in the half moon. I can weld it to here because this is aluminum on the distributor mount. I can weld it here, weld it there. Boom. It's not going to be near as easy as what this is supposed to be, but that will work. Ugh. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do all this, man. There's got to be a better way. Ooh, I could do one tab right there. Yeah. Look at that. One tab right here. Boom. Weld the tab to there. Done deal. Oh, hold up. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. What? Oh, man. So, it's almost like it's made to go there. It's just a little off though. If you look at the center of this deal, it's just going to be a little off to that bolt. When that bolt, it's pretty close now, but when that bolt makes its full circle and that magnet's falling behind it, it's just, man, it's not by much though. You can just kind of see it's a little off, but it's not by much. I could drill a hole in there, grind that corner of that out. I'm going to stare at this thing until I come up with a better plan. Something while I'm eating lunch, something has got to show up, like some amazing idea. When it's time to do the work, it's time to do the work. The piece that I'm worried about is the depth of this, the thickness of this. What happens if I mill a little pocket out of that bad boy there? What we got here? 465.5. It's got this fillet here, whatever you call that radius edge there. So the further I go over, the thicker this gets, but I just don't want to make that too weak. You're joking me. That's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Look at that. Just like it is on the motor. The bolt's in the same place and everything. Ah! God, that's so cool. Jiminy Christmas. So I'm going to pretend that I'm turning this motor. Yeah, buddy. Alright. No problema. Going to mark this right here. This away. This away. I'll mark it this away. Focus, you piece of... There you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind this out and give me enough material there to sneak this little guy in here and be able to run that nut down. This is the part of the video where I tell you about safety and, you know, what we're going to be doing, working on machines and all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. But before I do that, I just want you to know, like, I was a little bit frustrated with what was going on. I was getting there. You know, you could feel it building. It's like a techno song. You know, you could just feel it. And you're just about to drop the Hulk smash on something. But here's the deal. As long as I've been doing this, that's what this is. If you're going to build a race car, if you're going to have a race car, if you're going to work on a race car, if you're going to have anything to do with a race car, you will learn that even the kittiest kits, even the kits that are the closest to what you have, even the kits that you think, man, look at that. You know, there's a lot of other stuff in here that I wanted to make videos on, but it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. That'd take forever. Or, I don't want to do that. What if it doesn't work? What if my idea doesn't work? I don't want to do that. So this was a super easy bang out video. You know, it was going to be walk in here, boom, 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 bolted on, you know, because I got a kit, bolted on, and I was going to be out of here. But, you know, and a lot of you guys said you want more technical stuff. So you say you want less technical stuff. I can't make everybody happy or anyone sometimes. But what I will say is this. This is it. This is real as it gets. This is race car at its finest, man. You know, you buy a kit, you go to bolt it on, it doesn't fit. You know, even if you have all the parts, like, you know, I'm used to a Pontiac engine, so there is no kit for that deal on anything. Everything in the Pontiac world is custom, one-off, handmade crap. Or you buy something for a Chevy and you modify it to fit your Pontiac. But in this situation, I thought, man, it's a small block Chevrolet with a Jessel belt drive. I mean, there's 999,000 of those out there. So I figured it'd be a nice, easy, you know, little deal. I could showcase, knock a video out, you know, and wouldn't be that big a deal. Like if Jackie couldn't make it in today to do the video, she's doing business stuff, she's taking care of bills, whatever, making money. So I was like, hey, no big deal. I'm not totally incompetent. I'm not a complete loser. I can do this. I said, I can do a video. I said, I got one thing left on the car that's pretty quick and easy. I'll make a video, bang it out. You can edit it, post it when you get home, whatever. You know, I'm trying to make everybody happy. Trying to make it happy. Trying to make it happen, you know. I'm trying to come in the clutch, you know. And here I am. So what we're going to do is, we're going to put this on my, man, I don't know what to call it. I call it the mini murder machine, but, you know, I don't want to call it a mill, because that's giving a bad name to mills. I don't want to call it a lathe, because, you know, it's a mill but smaller. It's a lathe but smaller, and it's both, but smaller. But even with my little mini murder machine over there, it's still actively trying to you, and it's spinning. Anything that spins is danger. So, shirt tucked in, no baggy clothes, no hoodie, safety glasses, no gloves. Anytime you're working in the shop with something that spins, that is, you know, hit all those steps, you never have to worry. If you haven't seen the videos, don't Google them, don't look for them, because I'm telling you, whoa, that's bad. Machinists or people, I hate to even say machinist because I'm not a machinist. Man, that gives a bad name to machinist. People alone in their shop with machines can sometimes end badly. I don't want that to happen. So, I'm going to take all the precautions I can. And I've never learned about machining. I don't know anything about it. I just know how to work this little thing. We're going to attempt to cut this little pocket out. And then we're going to drill a hole. And we're going to try and make it the same surface for our Hall effect sensor to bolt in there. And as you can see, should be a pretty nice, easy little hole there. Let's make some chips. Okay, so for a quick rundown, this spins, controllable by, you can control the speed. It has a DC speed controller for the motor, controlled there, emergency stop there. It has a register to go up and down over here. That's called the, well, on this one it's all one, but it's like a quill, I guess, but this is your fine adjustment. And then this over here, this big lever over here would be your coarse adjustment. You take a mill tool, in this case it's a cheap 4-flute, and you stick it in the collet, you tighten it down, and then this is a mill tool. You have to find a way to register your part, and then you can move the table. You can move it this way and that way. You're basically using the same controls as the lathe. Since it's a double machine here. And then you can drop this down to cut into your tool and decide how much you want to take out of it. It's really a simple little machine. I don't know anything about machining or how to use it, but you know, we're semi-successful at turning big parts into little parts or modifying things anyway. So one thing that I'm not good at is setting things up in this little vise, especially when they're awkward like this. So I'm gonna make it a little bit simpler and move off to something that I know how to use. We'll get rid of the vise. It's a very handy little thing if you're chopping up square parts, but when you're working with something that's not so square, it can be a pain in the butt. Shit is clamped. Look at that. So that is the pocket that we are going to attempt to mill out. 5/16 by 3/8 tool, and judging from the marks in the tool from the factory, I'm going to say that they were using something similar, maybe a touch bigger, but pretty close. We got it milled out there, pocket all cut out there. Now we can drill the hole. And the cool thing about this machine is all I gotta do is change out this Morse taper 3 arbor that goes through that to a drill head, and I can drill the hole right here with all my same measurements and everything I need. I know it's not easy to see here, but, and remember, not a machinist. I don't pretend to be a machinist. I don't claim to know anything about machining, but my plan is to drop that nut down in there like so, and it's now encapsulated and it can't turn in there, and then drill the hole down through, giving it about 10-15 thou on each side, and then that way I can put a nut on the back, a thin nut on the back side of this, and once it's threaded through here with the thin nut, then it's going to be held in by the nuts, not the threads on the sensor itself. Or at least that's the plan. We'll see how well it goes. And now, believe it or not, it's a drill. Perfect. I'll start with a pilot hole here. That'll do her. Beautiful. Right where I wanted it, kind of. Go to a bigger bit. Son of a beastie. So this is how I get my 15 thou on each side. Actually, I'm gonna go a little bit more than that, but that's kind of what we shoot for here. Right about there. And then I do my side to side, go to one side, go back, go to one side, go back, split the difference. It ought to be pert near right where we want it. Oh, nice. That is pretty. Pretty. Oh yeah, buddy. Now we're talking. I decided that there was a little more meat than what I had originally thought in there. So I think we'll go ahead and tap it. Tap-a-roo. Put a little magic tap on here, a little cut and fluids. But it's aluminum, so it honestly should breeze right through it. That's just a deburring tool. Get rid of the burr. Shoo-wee. Look at that. Looking professional. I did tap it, but I'm going to go ahead and put a lock nut on the backside just in case, because it's really not enough threads. There's only a couple of them in there. But it will make for easier installation. So drop it in there. Bingo bango. Man, I couldn't have done a better job if I did it myself. Well, finally got it done. What a pain in the butt. I didn't even show you guys, but I just tested it with a battery and the magnet, and the polarity was wrong, so it wouldn't even read the magnet. So I had to make a jig, press the magnet out of the little bracket, turn it around, press it back in, Loctite it in. It's already on the car, so I spared you guys that. But I am going to toss the distributor back on the bracket. Then we're going to go put the bracket on the car, and then we're going to set the cam sync. And once that's good, I'm calling it a day, and I'm going home. That's it. That's the end of it. Whenever it's time to start the car back up, or whenever it's time to start the car for the first time, then we will run through the settings of the crank reference angle and the cam sync reference angle in the computer. But for now, we're just going to go through the mechanical part of it and set the depth on the cam sync and set the mechanical relation. Oh no, I don't have a socket. Ah! Do this. As much trouble as it was, and you know, as much as I'd like to say this is a nice, quick, easy video showing you guys how to do a cam sync, it's not. I'll be honest with you. This was a pain in the ass video that shows you what race cars are about. And that is, there's no point in getting mad, there's no point in quitting, there's no point in calling and saying, hey, my kit don't fit, or hey, this don't fit, because Fuel Tech never even said that kit fits this motor. They said it fits a big block Chevrolet with a 1-inch raised cam. That's not what we got at all. It wasn't supposed to fit our motor, but you know me, I was looking at it saying, man, that ought to fit right, no problem. Just goes to show you that when you're working on a race car, just get used to it. Because nothing's going to fit, nothing's going to be right, and you're going to have to modify everything, make everything fit. You're going to have to mill out your distributor bracket to put a sensor in there. And I use the word mill very loosely. For those of you that are still here, this is our magnet bracket, and our magnet is inside that hole currently full of thread locker. But I'm going to pop this dude back on here. Normally I use electric impacts for everything, but when it comes to camshaft related stuff, or if it comes to camshaft or valve train stuff, when it's going back together, I like to use a speed handle just because I can feel a little bit more of what it needs, what it wants, if it's happy. Especially when it's 1/4 threads or something like that, then you know, you're just asking for it if you start it with an impact, unless you've already rounded them all up pretty good. Like my GTO is that way. Pretty much every bolt on the GTO you can slam in and out with a freaking impact. All right, fingers crossed this deal works. All right, so we're gonna plug into our cam sync deal here, and then I'll have to turn the power on. Oh, nope, power's already on. Great, way to go, Chief. Left the power on from earlier. Smooth move, X-Lax. And so the way this goes, the instructions from MSD, because it's an MSD Hall Effect cam sync sensor, the instructions from MSD say 30 to 40 thousandths on the depth from the end of the Hall Effect sensor, and then it says over 1 full turn. I usually just use a small zip tie. It also says that the LED is on until the cam sync sees the magnet, and then the LED should turn off. And generally you want that to happen about anywhere from 90 degrees before top dead center to 130 degrees before top dead center, 140 degrees. You know, I've never been any further than that, but I would imagine it still work. Generally you want to be in that area. That way you have a good reference and you're away from the crank reference, and you can still tell the ECU when number 1 is coming. Oh, wow, we nailed that like a split hog. Shoo! Alright, where are we at? We are cam sync reference angle. We're going to guesstimate to be 118 degrees. Let's see what you guys think. What do you think? $117, $118. So that's what, on our initial setup in the Fuel Tech, that's what we will set our cam sync reference angle. And as you can see, but there is a bit of a window here. So it turns the light off at 119.5 and it comes back on at 99.5. So it's 10 degrees. The size of that magnet is about 10 degrees of crankshaft rotation out that far on the cam. That's what we're working with. So you can see, the magnet on here, and the sensor is here, and then that's our slot that we milled out there. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this and turn the motor at the same time. As that magnet gets close, light goes off. Boom. Man, that thing is dead center perfect. Yay! Hooray! Make the sound effects for the hooray, Jackie, when you're editing this. Okay, well, we made it. We made it through. You know, it only took us longer than it should have, but that's what this is about, baby. That's what this race car thing is, you know. Remember this? Seems like 3 hours ago we were looking at this together. Thank you guys for sticking around for the whole video. If you're still here and you're still watching, I applaud you for sticking around for that. I didn't give up. I didn't turn the camera off. We did it together, and hopefully we're all better because of it, especially you guys, because I don't know that I'm any better. Okay, it's freezing cold in here. I'm going home. Who am I kidding? I'm not going home. I'm gonna go do more wiring and finish. I'm gonna get the car running, but you guys are going home, or you guys are already at home. Either way, roll the credits, play the music, do the outro, the jokes, whatever it is that Jackie does with this editing stuff. She's got the hard job. This was nothing compared to what she has to do. Leave us a comment. Let me know what it is, you know, what's next. What do you guys want to see me do next? What do you guys want to learn next? What do you guys want to see me fail at next? Let us know. Let us know what you thought of it. If you like this stuff, we could always do more of this. This is kind of right up my alley. So let us know what you guys think. As always, do the whole thing, you know, what everybody tells you to do. Subscribe, like, comment. Well, bye. Yay, I'm fucking done.